This is a Weekend Explorer Quick Trip. The state of Kerala is in the southwesternmost part of India. We're here at the Periyar Tiger Reserve. This is one of the few areas preserved here in India that still has tigers. They believe there's about 40 wild tigers here. We're hoping to see one, probably won't, but there's wild elephants and all sorts of other types of wildlife that we are hoping to see. I was excited to get on the trail, since early morning is often a good time to spot wildlife. It wasn't long until we started seeing animals that I'd never seen before. I did not really expect to see a wild tiger, but I was hoping to see a wild elephant. Seeing a wild elephant is far from a sure thing though, and many visitors here don't see them. Our guide Gooby grew up and lives on the edge of the park, and very soon we started to see signs of wild elephants. He explained that this tall grass had been knocked down recently by elephants as they came through this valley grazing. We spoke in hushed voices to give us the best chance of seeing them, and Gooby kept having us stay back while he went ahead to scout. Tourism is a very good way to support the tiger's protection. Our guide Gooby, for example, was once a poacher here, but now protects the reserve since it provides him and his community a valuable income. Gooby came on this eagle feather and explained that snakes shed their skin this time of year. This makes them easier for eagles to catch. Eagles also like to find rats' nests.
So we've been walking along. We came on some fresh elephant dung and also the beds where they laid last night. Now, Gooby's going a little bit ahead of us to look for the elephants because he heard from another one of the guides that there might be the elephants right up here. Oh, in fact, here he comes right now, so I think we know where they're going to be. Here we go.
We quickly and quietly ran a fair distance to catch up with Gooby, who had signaled us to come quickly, and we were lucky enough to see these elephants. The Indian elephant is one of 3 recognized subspecies of Asian elephant. It is the largest land mammal in India. Indian elephants live 60 to 80 years, and adults weigh as much as 5,000 kilos or 11,000 pounds. They can grow up to be 3.5 meters or 11.5 feet tall. We only had a couple of minutes before these elephants disappeared into the forest.
So we saw some elephants. They were down low, and they're a little shy of, well, they're always shy of humans, but they walked up in the mountains. As you saw, we got some great shots, and we're hoping to see some more because we've heard there's some more down in the lowlands, but it was an amazing sight. You'll notice that the one male had the tusks. Here in India, unlike the African elephant, only the males have tusks, and that's primarily because they don't have the big predator like the lion here in India. It's amazing to be able to see wild elephants like this.
Everything in Periyar Tiger Reserve seems supersized, including these giant beehives I spotted at the top of a large tree on a nearby hilltop.
So behind us, you see the beehives, and the locals here harvest those beehives, and the way they do it is they go at night because the bees are a little more calm at that point, and then they use smoke, and the way they do that is they light this type of wood on fire, and then they stick it in the holes, and the bees fly out, and then they cut off the beehive.
Indian coral trees are one of more than 100 species of coral trees found worldwide. Here, farmers use them to provide shade for tea and coffee plants, as well as to support pepper and vanilla plants. We continued on, and soon we were at Lake Periyar, where we set off on a rafting adventure. This is a great way to see wildlife who have become conditioned to seeing humans on these rafts and don't consider them much of a threat.
Look at the wild boar.
We'd only been on the raft a few minutes when we spotted this wild boar.
Check it out, wild boar.
Wild boar are a great source of food for both tigers and the leopards found here.
That's so cool.
Periyar is home to a number of mammals, including the sambar, a forest deer and the tiger's favorite prey, gar or Indian bison, dhole, an Indian wild dog, mongoose, foxes, barking deer, and common palm civet, the Indian version of a possum. On our raft trip, we saw a lot of interesting birds as well. The snakebird gets its name from its long snake-like neck. It has a narrow head and throat, but can swallow surprisingly large fish. Its plumage does not hold air, making it a good diver, but it requires the snakebird to frequently warm itself in the sun. Next, we saw the black stork that can have a lifespan of up to 14 years. It nests high in the trees. Both parents incubate eggs and feed the young. In times of famine, parents will actually kill a chick to reduce the brood size. The white-necked stork forms loose colonies of several bird pairs, and they communicate by clapping their bills. This is an Indian pond heron, and it nests in small colonies and eats crustaceans, insects, fish, and tadpoles. After our raft trip, we started our hike back. This is the Malabar giant squirrel that can grow to 100 centimeters or 40 inches in length. Its tail can be 1/3 longer than the head and body. They have a lifespan of up to 20 years and build their nests in trees to avoid predators. We had yet to see a tiger, but we came on this tree where a tiger had recently sharpened its claws. Tigers are endangered. Their primary threat is habitat loss. The good news is that the tiger population in India has risen from 268 in 1973 to about 1,500 today. As our safari was coming to an end, we came on this mildly venomous green vine snake. They are found in India and numerous countries in the region. Stay on the path and never approach wildlife here. This is especially true of snakes, since two of the world's deadliest, the king cobra and Russell's viper, are both found here. The guides ushered the snake off the path for its own safety. A great final encounter to our visit to the Periyar Tiger Reserve. Visit us online at weekendexplorer.com, watch full episodes on PBS, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.